Hey everyone. It's good to see some familiar faces. I was told I need to stand here for the most part. Yeah, Matt kind of hit on Zamo. I'll share a little bit more of what we do at the end as well. What I want to start with is how important your email channel is, especially as a CPG brand. Zamo primarily only works with CPG companies. About 95% of all of the clients we work with are subscription based. I'll get into a little bit more of why that is with our technology. Um, but some really fascinating stats I found is for every dollar you spend in email marketing, on average, you're going to get $42 in return. So it is an amazing ROI channel for you. 80% of brands say that email is their most effective retention channel. And 59% of customers say email did affect their purchasing decision. So I just want to double down. I'm going to double down on a lot of the things Matt said as well, I noticed. But email and SMS, right, is very important for lifecycle marketing. But I just wanted to make sure and double down on how email can be so effective. Now, Matt hit on two of the most common reasons someone cancels their product subscription. Number one is they have too much product on hand. So this accounts for about 35% of physical subscriptions. Those consumers are canceling for that reason. And one of the main reasons we have seen with Zamo customers that is the case is the brand is not teaching the consumer the correct habits. Like Matt said, what time do I take this? How often should I take this? So making sure that customers know how to use your product and align that with their frequency of their subscription so they don't run into this issue in the first place. And then number two is a lot of customers are going to just forget that they are subscribed to your product. And sadly, some brands find that exciting because you might get an extra order in if they forget, right? If you can sneak in a billing reminder email at the kind of late in the evening and you get one more order, but you get a very unhappy customer and that will affect your acquisition moving forward. So those are two of the kind of underlying reasons why we see this reason marked as why they churned. Number two, Matt hit on this as well, is people will say your product is too expensive or my subscription is too expensive. What that really is most of the time is not a budget issue, but a perceived value issue. On average, a US customer has about 1.5 physical subscriptions. And that is if they have one to start with. If they, on average, across all US adults, an average US adult has zero point 0.5 active physical subscriptions. So you're fighting for hopefully maybe two subscriptions for that person, but most likely just one. And so you need to make sure in your messaging how to make sure that they understand why this subscription is valuable to me, how this is going to change my life so we can avoid this. Number three, this is kind of a counterintuitive um, topic that we talk a lot about with our customers. Now, they do a lot of our brands that we work with come to us to solve this issue is lack of flexibility, meaning how do I change my flavor in a really easy way? What if I've been subscribed to a chocolate protein for 8 months and I just want to simply change that to vanilla? It's crazy how complicated it is, even with how amazing technology has come. Um, And a lot of these options to edit your subscription um, aren't even shown in any email messaging, right? It's just, hey, just a reminder, here's your upcoming order. We just want to be transparent, but no easy way to be able to manage that subscription to keep the consumer happy, keep them from canceling. And so, what I'm going to hit on now is the subscription email journey, right? So, post acquisition to help retain. And each email stage I'm going to show you um, are ways to message your brand to mitigate one, if not two, of those most popular cancellation reasons per email. So, again, Matt brought this up too of we, as a brand, if you're there, you have a long tenure, you just get so stuck in the tribal knowledge or things that you think are really simple to a consumer in terms of messaging that you just do not portray in the email. So I'm going to go through every one of these until post cancellation and win back of how we can mitigate the top 3 cancellation reasons across these kind of first 4 emails in the journey. The first one being the welcome email. So I'm going to actually just get pretty close here. It's kind of tough to see. These should be, I'm going to keep this really simple. These should be the 3 items that should be on every welcome email. So this is post subscription, first email they get triggered via, a Klaviyo flow or attentive journey, right? Is thanking them for subscribing to them as a brand. Thanks for choosing us. There's a lot of options out there. We are grateful to have you as a consumer. What I've seen as probably the most important part of this email should be number 2, which is reinforcing your mission, which I'll read it out here for ArmRes. And the reason for that is again, we want to have our content of these emails be a way to mitigate our most popular cancellation reasons. So this one is here to make sure that people understand why their subscription is now valuable. And ArmRes, simply put right here, is Armra Colostrum provides the blueprint to strengthen and optimize your health at its very foundation. I think that's a beautiful mission and should be in everyone's welcome flow. And then the last piece, which this actually will help as well with having too much product, is make sure they're engaged. So, Matt would probably have a better number on how many emails should be within a flow, but the more, the merrier, especially before they receive their first order. Get them engaged, get them thinking about your product so that when they actually receive it, they're ready to go, they're ready to use it, they're excited to use it. Number 2, onboarding. So usually within the same flow, maybe there's a second flow going out, but this is getting them ready for that order. And it's really just teaching them how to use your product, which I hit on earlier. So I won't go too much deeper there. But I love IM8's example here, is they have a begin your journey now, almost like this experience on on their website where it really just guides you exactly how to use their health supplement. So you have no questions. And it also increases engagement because they have these proactive notifications going to the customer if they log in and get going. So they're going to be able to just remember the benefits and make sure that they keep using it accurately. Make sure and tell them the timeline, whether it's when to consume your product or, how often. Or this is what I love about IM8, your 90-day transformation begins here. What I love about that is you better not cancel month 1. You're not going to see the transformation yet. You need to make sure and be subscribed for month 1, 2, and 3 in order to see your transformation, of course. Come on, it's right here. So I love that. And then social proof as well is like, I don't think we see it here, but I think part of the social proof is, hey, what experts do we have involved? with our subscription and help you on your journey. But as well, of course, having reviews in the email, having some type of feedback from consumers, especially if you can have, Mosh, one of our customers, it's Patrick Schwarzenegger's protein bar company. He is really good at making sure there's a lot of celebrity users of the product and giving their explanation of why it's great. So what are we mitigating in this email? Too much product on hand and perceived value. Make sure they understand why your product's amazing, why they need to keep subscribing, why they need to keep budgeting for you over switching to another product, and making sure they're using it accurately. Okay, this is where it gets really fun. The billing reminder. It has a lot of negative connotation with it. It has the highest attributed, it is the highest attributed email to cancellations. So people are fearful of this email. This is what you're about to be charged. And that's pretty much it. This is what you're about to be charged, right? And people are like, okay, how do we hide this as much as possible? This should be your opportunity to excite the customer. I think a really great way that about 30, maybe a third of our brands that use Zamo do a surprise and delight between month 2 or month 3 to keep them subscribed. So get them excited about this new product. They can even choose what product to surprise and delight them with directly in the email too. So get them excited. Don't make them scared that they're still subscribed to you. And then offer the customer flexibility. We'll get to this at the end, but that is going to avoid one of the, again, top 3 cancellation reasons of I just didn't have the ability to adjust my subscription, and for that reason, I'm out. I don't want to go into both of these in too much detail because of time. But if you have time, just read this email. This is actually my daughter, Holland. She's a 4-year-old. She likes KiwiCo. I can't blame her. It's cool. It's hip. And she's getting smarter because of it. And honestly, their emails have been really helpful. I've been subscribed to them since I've started at Zamo. So it's been a year and a half. So I am a very good LTV client to KiwiCo. I just love their messaging, just getting me excited, reinforcing value here, and making sure that, I just have a positive, optimistic view of my subscription. This is interesting, though, is Zamo allows in-email delays that we'll show here in a second. But it's really interesting of the trickle effect. Again, this is based on about 2 million subscribers here, that data that you see there. So it's actually not our entire customer base. I don't know, we probably have 10 to 20 million active subscribers in our data pool at Zamo. But I just grabbed a few large clients we work with. And based on internal data, if you allow them if a customer delays once, they have about a 2.0 median order amount per their lifetime. And it only increases, interestingly enough, the more they delay. So maybe that revenue gets delayed a bit, but the lifetime value increases. Very interesting. And same thing here is Zamo allows in-email variant swaps, so switching your flavor, scent, maybe size of product that you have. And this is actually across all of our customers, meaning brands, if a customer does not swap their variant within their entire active journey of being a subscriber, by 90 days, the 90-day mark, only 21% are still active. If they just change it one time, it goes up to 62% will stay active just by one variant swap, and it only increases the more they swap. It's very interesting there. So what are we mitigating? I think this is probably the most important email of your retention journey, is we're avoiding too much product on hand and lack of flexibility. So number 1 and number 3. And I'm just going to quickly hit on this, but offer cross sells and upsells. It's so interesting. A lot of brands avoid reaching out to their active subscribers because they're so worried about reminding them of their subscription that they're like, we're not even going to try to increase their LTV because we're worried that the other side of the LTV, uh, algo of staying with them is going to be affected. Offer them cross sells that are going to make their current subscription more valuable, right? You're releasing new products that pair well. Make sure and be confident and share those. And take advantage of canceled or paused subscribers of launching new products. There's probably a lot of canceled subscribers that you have a new product that is going to get them back. Reach out to them. There's no harm in that. So, this is a really good mitigation reason of perceived value. Perfect. Post cancellation, this is the email that gets triggered directly after you cancel. So not your win back flow, but literally triggered right after you cancel to try to get you back. Across our database, we see a 1.2% average take rate. So if you have over 10,000 active subscribers, getting 1 out of every 100 back, I think is extremely valuable, and that there is no negative connotation that can come from that email. It's like, oh, okay, I'm not going to come back, but 1% of this subscriber base will come back. Fantastic. Take advantage of that. Another thing I'm going to hit on real quick at the end is it's a perfect time to get feedback from your customers. Matt hit on this as well. Doing a survey, get more data from them, to then leverage that in the future to keep people from canceling. And then the last email of this journey being the win back flow. So some key pieces that are integral to this flow is not just that you have one, but please just spend the time on segmenting by cancellation reason and giving them different incentivizations or offers based on that. It's only going to increase your win back percentage, your reactivation rate. And share the solution of why they canceled. That's why it's also really important to segment. Is if you just lump them all into one, that solution is going to be pretty generic. Make it individualized, make it personalized, and then incentivize. Make sure it's interesting. I don't know the percentage on the top of my head, but the amount of like extremely large brands that we work with, let's say like 100 million to $1 billion in annual revenue, don't offer an incentive for coming back. So just simply make sure and give them a discount or a product, a gift that will come back with you reactivating, right? Perfect. So again, what Zamo does, I'm just going to quickly run through these, is we allow one-click in-email conversions. So pretty much everything I showed you, there were all of those are our clients except KiwiCo, but a lot of those are emails that were used before Zamo. And where we come into play is the retention side for CPG brands. I'm going to go through kind of the billing reminder onward from there. And really, it kind of ties back to the third reason of why people cancel. Top 3 is lack of flexibility. And the best way to mitigate that is take away all friction from a call to action. No one wants to click on something, get redirected from an email to a website or to log into their portal. They forgot their password. They get asked for a password reset. No one wants to do that, and everyone's dropping off because of it. So Zamo is a company that has made a solution for that, and I'll kind of go through what metrics we affect the most. Here's Redmond, local company. Shout out Utah, a client of ours. And this is their billing reminder email. So this again is what we're affecting the most is flexibility and having too much product on hand. So again, this is the number one email that gets attributed to cancellations out of all emails that you send. And what we've done is say, hey, let's still send this billing reminder email. Let's not change anything about it other than let's bring in the Skio or Recharge portal directly into the email so that they can make all of the potential edits they want to make, except being able to cancel or pause in like a effective frictionless manner. We say, hey, how about, because again, number one reason is I have too much product. How about we delay this instead of cancel or pause? And the beautiful thing with Zamo, what we see is only about a 6% redelay rate. So this is going to affect churn by a large margin here. On average, we reduce churn attributed to this email by 20%. And it's because you're able to literally take any quality good action you want a consumer to take directly in the email, and it literally communicates to your subscription portal as soon as you make those actions. And customers stay in the email. They don't go into the portal to cancel. Number two, one-click purchasing. If someone wants to buy product from you, they're like, I want to buy your product. It's funny. We just signed Dr. Squatch yesterday, and one of my best friends has been begging me to get them onboarded with Zamo for like 6 months because he hates the process of getting emails from Dr. Squatch as a subscriber and then actually having to take that action in the portal or having to log in, even with quick actions. And so I actually texted him and I said, hey, we're here, we're on for your frictionless subscription journey with Dr. Squatch. And what you're seeing here are just literally one-click purchases that can be either separate orders or just be added to your upcoming subscription order. So we will see on average an 83% lift in cross-sells. And again, this is here to pair other products well with your subscription to bring more value to your active subscription. Perfect. And then upselling. There's a lot of, it seems like every brand I talk to that, oh, we're either releasing new bundles or like we're launching bundles for the first time. And then you've got like 100,000 active subscribers who are on a single product SKU because you didn't have bundles prior to that. Or you have, maybe a 3-month subscription with a 90-day serving that you just launched, but the entire time you've been a company, you only had a 30-day serving for a 30-day frequency. Well, when that happens, let's upsell them directly in the email. Matt showed a good example with Marsmen. And those that want to take the action, now we are reducing the drop off by 50% on average. We'll see a 50% average lift in upsells because of this. This one's really interesting. So again, we have about 5% of our clients that are not subscription based because they're using surveys. And so we work with like True Classic, Ruggable, I'm onboarding a Brunt Workwear as we speak as well to collect zero-party data directly in the email. So no landing pages, don't have to go to a Typeform landing page. It is just directly here. And what we want to see more brands do is leverage this in that post-cancellation flow. As soon as they cancel, give them a really easy way to give you feedback and give you detailed feedback. So not just, oh, it's too expensive. Tell us more. Let's get really detailed data here. And so you can put this into any campaign or flow of your choice, but I think putting this also in a welcome flow to get more data proactively to then figure out ways to keep them subscribed as well instead of just being reactive. Yep. And then putting Zamo in your win back flow just by simply, again, allowing them to dynamically choose which products. Again, this is the flexibility thing too, is win backs usually just show what you were subscribed to previously. And it's like, you want it all or nothing. It's like, no, I want the option to pick and choose what to reactivate with, as well as doing that directly in the email and not have to put in a discount code manually either. Incentivize them directly in the email. And being able to, again, preemptively have that discount applied. And we'll see a 40% average lift in reactivations because of that. I think that's it for me. I just want to reemphasize, you know, being more intentional with your email channel. It is the number one channel for retention. Number two, make sure all of your emails within your retention flow for subscribers has content that attributes to cancellation mitigation. So look at your top 3 reasons. Maybe it's not the top 3 I just showed you. That's just data backed by our customers, but look at those and make sure the content you're sharing throughout the whole journey is mitigating at least one of those per email. And that's it. Thank you.